Hello and welcome back to Music with Mascots. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got a bunch of albums dirt cheap. So if you're the thrift store kind of person or you're always looking for a way to find good albums on the cheap, I have a clue for you. Library sales. Anyone that's gone to a library sale knows that very often they have one area that's just books and CDs. And our particular library that I go to, their sale 3 times a year, has records for $1 a piece, $1 a disc. So if it's a multi-disc set, you're paying $1 a disc. And I think the CDs are $2 a piece. And a lot of them are in good condition, and a lot of them aren't. So you got to kind of be picky, see what you like. What I do is I grab a bunch that I'm interested in, then I pop it open and check the condition after I've pulled out the ones so that nobody else gets them. So at the last library sale, I bought a bunch of records instead of books. That's not quite true. Bought a bunch of records along with the books I bought. You can see behind me, I read a lot. I have a lot of books. I collect books, so I do have some expensive ones. I don't collect vinyl in the same way I collect books. They say that you could become a collector the day that you buy a book that you know you're not going to read, or you're not going to read that copy, because then you're buying it for a different purpose. And the same could be true for record collectors. If you buy a pristine first pressing of an early Beatles album, you probably don't want to play it because you don't want to wear it out or take chances. So then it just becomes something that's in your collection. If you have stuff like that, then you're a different kind of collector. I don't buy anything I don't want to listen to. I am buying some of the remastered materials from Analog Productions and other production companies with the intent of listening to them, and I like to compare them to the older recordings. I'll probably do some reviews at some point of albums comparing the original record that I had from way back and the new pressings. And I like to do the comparison. It's kind of fun to pick out the differences that you're going to hear. But that's not on the cheap generally. Those are expensive records. And, they run upwards of $60, sometimes $75 or $80, and sometimes a lot more than that for the UHQR pressings, which I may buy one someday, but I have to be in a much more affluent position than I am right now to do that. So let's get right to it. What did I get for $1 a piece? All right, a lot of classical. I don't know if they had much jazz this time, but let's go through it. I haven't pulled it all out yet and gone through cleaning or anything. So, Maria Callas. This is a 20-disc set. Which means it cost me $20. The nice thing about this, the box is starting to come apart a little bit, and I don't mind using a little high-quality Scotch tape. They're all in these very nice covers. They're not the complete operas, they're the highlights, and I believe the covers that are on here are from the albums of the complete opera. But that's right. They're in paper, so I have a bunch of sleeves on order. I don't know if you can see this, but they're in really nice shape. They're a little dusty, and they're going to have some paper grain of paper in the grooves. I will clean these, but whoever had these took care of them. So that to me, for $20, I got 20 LPs of Maria Callas. I'm not going to run out of Maria Callas anytime soon. And no, I haven't seen the movie yet. Is it out? It's either out or it's coming out, but I have not seen it. I will. She could be a real bitch. All right. Beverly Sills. Got a number of them from someone's collection. They had these black and red vinyl, black and red cardboard boxes. I don't know if these were meant for a radio station or what, but they don't have any traditional covers. Maybe this is how they were released. So that's Beverly Sills, Richard Strauss, Mozart, Rossini, and Gagnon. Probably pronounced Gagnon wrong. Verdi Nabucco, Callas Becky Gui in 1949. Private recording, Penzance Records, number 3. Again, no cover art. Then we get into opera. Richard Strauss, Elektra, conducted by George Solti. George Solti was an excellent orchestral conductor. His best work is in opera. His Ring Cycle, the 4 operas by Wagner, people have called that the greatest recording ever. Is it? There's no such thing. But is it really good? Yeah, it is. So I have Elektra. This was how many discs? 2 discs, $2. And here we go. Das Rheingold by George Solti. That is one of the said operas. And this doesn't have much for the cover. The sleeves were replaced, which is nice. 2 discs. $2. Now we're getting into the expensive stuff. Furtwängler. I know we're not supposed to like Furtwängler because he was a Nazi. But some of his recordings are really good. This is Tristan und Isolde. Long opera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs. $5. Grand Prix du Disque. So it won the award that year. Do we have a date on this? 1952. It was recorded in 1952. And the thing about classical records is if they make it to a library sale, it's usually because, somebody is downsizing or someone has died. And classical music people tend to take care of their records. So they're usually in really good shape. On the other hand, somebody thought this was particularly valuable. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, it's 2 four-way street. It's 2 discs, and it's in really messy shape. I bought this on a lark to see how well I can clean it. It's really scuffed up. There's a lot of fingerprints, and but for $4, I thought, you know what? That might make a good video. Let's see how well this cleans up. And this one, obviously not that well taken care of. It'll be cleaned and sleeved properly, assuming it looks like I can get most of this off. And there's a scratch. There's a scratch right there through the record. So that'll be going pop, 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 probably. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And if this works out, I don't actually have the album. So, bargain, maybe, maybe not. Definitely needs to be sleeved properly. $4. That was the expensive one, $2 a disc. Barbra Streisand, the Broadway album. My wife is a huge Barbra Streisand fan. I do like her voice. I like her singing. And this is a nice collection of songs. Somewhere from West Side Story, If I Loved You from Carousel, Being Alive, Stephen Sondheim, Pretty Women, The Ladies Who Lunch, Stephen Sondheim, Putting It Together, I Love You, Porgy, Porgy is Your Woman Now, Porgy, Eyes Your Woman Now, George and Ira Gershwin, Not While I'm Around, Rodgers and Hammerstein, I Have Dreamed, We Kiss in a Shadow, Something Wonderful, Send in the Clowns, Stephen Sondheim, Can't Help Loving That Man, Jerome Kern from Schobert, and She's Coming from West Side Story. Nice little collection. Funny Girl. Funny Girl. And this is the Broadway cast, so this is different from the movie. And you're gonna be surprised if you haven't seen the show on Broadway. This is Barbra Streisand and Sidney Chaplin in Funny Girl. Graham Nash. They decided Graham Nash is worth $2 also. Let's see how bad this one is. This one's pretty bad, probably from the same collection. We'll see if we can clean that up. I don't have a humming guru, anything like that. I have an old-fashioned hand one where you spin it by hand, and I'll do a video on that at some point. Puccini's one-act opera Gianni Schicchi with Tito Gobbi and Lauren Mazel conducting. This says $1 on it. And it is one disc. Again, nicely sleeved and in very nice condition. Got back to the classical stuff. There's a copy of Opera News, June 1974, down in the corner. June 1974. Okay. Maybe someday I'll read. Maria Callas, another collection, 2 discs. Still has the cardboard it came with. They are in. Ooh. This one side is darker. Oh, that's because it's against the cardboard. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of stuck. Yeah, you can see. So this side is damaged from outgassing in the sleeve. And it's just the one side. Cleaning might help it. Let's see if these are. This one seems to be okay. I'm just going to set these like this. And as soon as my new inner sleeves come in, I will place them in it. There's some good videos online about the outgassing of the older PVC as opposed to the newer polyethylene. A lot of information online regarding that. Here. And we're going to set this aside for special attention. All right. So someone was a Callis fan. A Martini and Rossi Concerti. Martini and Rossi. And it's all in Italian. Nicely sleeved. I suspect all of these Maria Callas records came from the same person, probably as well as the other operas. Another $1. Enrico Caruso. This is just songs. Songs from operas. Songs from songs. RCA. Nice condition. Probably still clean that. And give it a newer sleeve. I'm assuming that all of these in this collection that have these older sleeves might have a little bit of the outgassing problem. I occasionally have some outgassing myself. Beverly Sills. Beverly Sills. Also, a collection of solo and duets, I think. Nice little collection. All right. Haydn, played by Rostropovich, one of the great cellists. Grand Prix de Disc, so this one won an award too. Haydn Cello Concerto in C. Iona Brown, the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields. Symphony No. 6 by Tchaikovsky, Herbert von Karajan, and the Berlin Philharmonic. Decent sleeve. Don't want records rolling out. And archive recording, Thomas Tallis, Lamentations of Jeremiah, and William Byrd, Missa tres Vocem. I don't know. Oh, Mass for Three Voices. Mass for Three Voices. And I do like the Renaissance music. Very relaxing, very beautiful, very spiritual. At least it feels spiritual to me. So let's see. This was $1. That's $10 for that. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $2 one, 20, 21, 25, and this was 5, so that was 30, 32, 34, and these two make it 36. I got all that for $36. That's a haul. You can go to a record store and buy one album for more than $36. Library sales. Hit your local library sale. See what you can find. Just so that you know, the popular stuff tends to be less well taken care of. And they didn't really have any jazz this time. And you know, you check, and it's all dependent on who donates their collection, what was in that collection. And you know, every time it's going to be different. So, again, thank you. You can hear Kiri barking in the distance. Yeah, she's named after Kiri Takano. What can I say? Mostly I thought of the name Kiri because of Kiri Takano, and we want her short name because she's a little dog. Our other dog is named Ernani, and we call her Nani for short. So we definitely have an operatic theme here going with the dogs. All right, if you made it this far, please hit like and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and enjoy your music. That's what it's for.